Welcome everyone once again to the 2024 PDGA Junior Disc Golf World Championships brought to you by Innova. We are back here on Moving Day back nine action coming your way from Whitehawk. Hayes Productions bringing you this coverage once again on behalf of the PDGA. Back in the booth, it's Felix Vega along with Jennifer Allen.
Yeah, we're at Whitehawk, one of the staple courses, the Mohawk Park here by the Tulsa Zoo. Excellent course to really test these girls' skills. Had a pretty demanding front nine so far, with Kayla showing us that she came to play.
Yeah, shooting 3 down so far through the front nine, cutting into that lead, looking to do more of the same starting here on hole 10, 360-foot par 3.
2 ways you can go. The safe route over here to the left side. Really just, if you throw a straight shot, you're gonna have a putt at the basket. Try not to really force the disc too much to the right. If you want to be more aggressive, there is a route that's maybe not so much a hyzer, but they're gonna be closer to the water. It also brings in more trees, but we really do see it, you know, players choosing this side. You can go the middle or even really aggressive, a big hyzer to the right. Kayla kind of taking a mixture of both.
I think she was in between shots there.
It was, and you really kind of have to be careful, because if you do that, you usually hit a tree. So she got lucky. Gonna have a look. Ida taking the safer, biggest branch that should just be cut off right there. It was looking so clean. Trinity getting very lucky, going wide as well. She's gonna have a look. I'm sure I used to take the hyzer, but looking at it now, like this shot right here that we're seeing from Rebecca, it's definitely the smart play. She goes a little bit long, but she's, I think, just out. Well, she may be even still in the circle. Just a little off fairway. This is one of those that it's like, I kind of was standing behind her. It works out perfectly, but she really brought that branch into play by choosing that stance. I wanted to kind of see her turn and try to the other way and get it out of the way. But these girls, they know what they're doing. Look at this. No problem.
Kayla punching up.
Yeah, I had a little bit of angle there. That could have been tricky. There we go.
She's been impressive all week with the putting as well as off the tee.
Yeah, an entire family out here walking with her. Beautiful par save. I think that's the also has been really fun to get to meet all of these incredible families, see the support from all of these girls' families there that they have with them, and it means a lot to them. You know, this, like we said, is very stressful, so to have that family there by your side helps take some of that off your shoulders.
Yeah, for sure. And families from all around the world too.
Yes, 19 countries.
That's incredible. Hole 11, this is a fun one, 270 par 3.
Yeah, we're getting back to what we saw on the front nine as very tight, demanding shots, technical off the tee. Once you keep that straight shot, kind of does open up, not quite as many guardian trees near the basket. So keeping it simple, like we've been saying, mid, even a putter, just straight and low, should give you a look on most of these holes here.
Yeah, no need to overcomplicate things.
Do you think all of the grass and weeds right off the tee make it, just like that? Wow. Thank you, Mako 3. But do you think that makes it feel like there's more trees?
Yes.
On the hole? Okay.
100%.
Yeah. I'm going to say, because there's really not that many, but right there when you're looking off the tee, it really makes it feel thick.
Yeah, unless you're these two ladies.
Yeah, but clearly it's not thick.
Wow.
Felix, just put it up there.
2 beautiful tee shots there. And 2 different routes of getting it.
Here's another one.
Oh, that bent tree.
2 trees in a row that just inches from being perfect. And we've seen Trinity really go to that on almost every shot, really works the turnover line as much as possible.
Fights through. So that right side looks to be a little bit maybe more friendly than the left side.
Yeah, honestly, like there's really just a couple of scattered trees. It just, like I said, off the tee, it looks so thick.
Yeah. Long look there for Trinity.
Yeah. Not quite as lofty as we've seen. That was a little more direct.
Kayla, after a beautiful drive, rewarded with an easy putt for the birdie, bringing her to 4 down so far on the round. And she's going to cut yet another stroke off of the lead here.
Yeah, these are starting to add up. And this is kind of what I was wondering. Of course, you'd never ask any of these athletes, but you wonder, like, you feel the end is nearing. Are we changing game plans? Again, like you said, you know, foot needs to be on the gas.
All right, we come to hole 12. Another par 4, 405, relatively short for a par 4, but a little tricky.
It is. This is a tricky hole, but not if you break it down. Be smart. Try to take that first placement shot right there, kind of even in that first little shadow sun area, and then you're just 200-foot shots. We know these girls have that. So honestly, mid off the tee, mid approach, even putter for some of these girls, and they should be able to really get a fairly easy birdie on this one. Low, mid. We're seeing this Mako 3 do the exact same shot on every hole, and that's putting her in good places. Needing a little more turn, asking for it.
Got a little help from that branch.
Gets it. Yeah.
She
was more demanding. I don't know if I was asking, but get over there.
Listen, that's a good
miss. It did. That one has more action. Fading beautifully. And a little bumper cart back in there. Get in that fairway. This one needs to scoot.
Just kind of
totally
checks up.
fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that spot. She's right in the middle.
And we've seen her execute this shot time and time again throughout the week.
She's so good with the approach. A little high.
Might be. Yeah, that's trouble.
That's the only, I think, easy mistake to do is to release the disc too high on White Hawk or Black Hawk. Same course technically, but so many low branches that kind of just blend in. Everything's kind of a blur of green. She definitely she told me actually, like, watch me hit this 1-inch gap on the left. Like, now I'm just showing, isn't there a song, like, now I'm just showing off, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over her face. You can tell she meant it. You got to be a little lucky sometimes if you want to win a world title.
It takes both for sure. Yeah. Needing some scoot action, and this is the place for it. There's a little bit of grass, but this is pretty hard, compact dirt. Starting to finally dry out a little bit. There was still quite a bit of mud and puddles from like Tuesday, I think was the big storm. They got 5 inches here in a couple hours. There's that approach.
That's more like it there.
That's 2 fists.
Double fist bump.
Thanks, Dad.
Kayla, after having a lackluster approach, still leaves that one a little short.
Putter. Yeah. Me, I'd be worried. Her, no. No way. Boom. Oh. Why are these putters dropping?
Chance for Ida to get one back, and she will jump all over that opportunity.
Yeah, she needed to. Before this gets out of control. Boom, there's another one. Couple of great birdies. So really having a tight battle here going on. Makes me think this chase card can be doing some pretty amazing stuff as well. There's quite a few girls here that are really showing some good golf this week.
Yeah, it's a stacked field from top to bottom. Moving on to hole 13, 275-foot par 3.
Yeah, trying to hit this hyzer line over to the right is a little more open. Basket is tucked back just slightly to the left. A lot of these holes, you really just don't want to be too aggressive. Toss it out there, let the disc do that little slight hyzer return that it's designed to do. Distances are appropriate to really not have to get after it too hard. Hard throws get hard kicks. I've heard, never happened to me, but I hear that that's what happens when you throw them really hard.
There's that Mako 3 yet again.
Get some action, that's for sure. Here's another great line. Oh
my.
Wow.
A little higher, she would have rung it up.
Yes, we didn't realize how close that was. Again, common place to find Ida is behind the basket.
Trinity again letting this one go a little high, and it's going to get knocked down a little early.
Looked like it made it quite a ways for going through pretty early on the right. Kayla has done great all around of not making that mistake of letting them go too high that we've seen from a couple of the other girls. So great angle control, and she goes pretty far as well. Yeah, Trinity's punched through quite a ways.
Yeah, she really did. Kayla was kind of in between this there, and I think after that she turned to her father. She's like, it was the other one.
Yeah, of course it was.
It's always player B.
It is. It was to come back to the basket.
Jeez.
I can't wait to watch her on a big open kind of course.
Yeah. She's actually competed overseas in some DGPT Europe silver events, yeah. And some of the Euro events.
Excellent putt by Rebecca. That's a great two. And Trinity saving with a beautiful par putt as well. Kayla's going to tap in as well as Ida.
And we move on to hole 14. This one, our first par 5. I think the only par 5 out here for these ladies. 696 feet.
Very demanding. And I will say also, these girls have had to wait on a lot of these tees now, really backing things up, breaking this hole down into kind of two placement shots. Straight ahead, landing somewhere around this corner, and then trying to attack it with a straight shot on the second one. Really two straight 300-foot shots can give you a look for the birdie. So trying not to force this corner too much will keep you closer to the middle. You can sneak through there, but that used to be pretty sketchy. We'll see how it ends up. It also used to always have water in it, so thankfully that dried. A little too much height and hyzer as well. She's gonna follow Rebecca over there to the creek on the left.
Okay, gets a little further up.
Yeah, not much OB here though, so that's nice.
Yeah. It's funny because from the tee, I thought that was perfect, and I didn't realize it's two inside.
Yeah, it was. This is perfect. Trinity getting even a little bit of a bounce over to the right, and that's going to set her up hopefully for the straight shot to attack the basket. Kayla hits the line exactly like you want to. And this is what's interesting too, though. She hit that so perfect, but did it scoot far enough that now some of these trees may be into play? So you can't go too long, even though Kayla's looked the best off the box. Yeah.
Pretty specific landing area on this one.
Very specific, yeah. And it's, you know, so many trees, sometimes almost perfect is still 2 inches in the wrong direction where you got a tree, and good, she's got a gap.
Yeah. It's almost...
And hits the gap, but a little
settle.
too stable of a disc. So that's going to take her over there into that creek. And like I said, it's a dry creek, but there's so many like dead little branches, as you can see. It's not a clean creek. But somehow...
That looks clean.
Ida finds a clean line.
Wow.
Or she just throws it so strong, she just cut them all out.
That
and
was
just
so good. Oh,
yes.
She likes it.
Dad likes it. Player likes it.
I was going to say, this stretch kind of reminds me of old W.R. Jackson or even Northwoods, where if you're not in a perfect area, you're like, oh, I threw a great drive, but I still can't advance the way I want.
Right. Yeah, this is does look like that. It's 100% a hole you have to break down.
Yeah.
So Rebecca in the most perfect place, but she gets through.
Wow.
Like, she's pin high. She doesn't realize that. Right now she wants to, crawl in a hole over there. But you have to wait. You can't, and I told her that actually. I'm like, you cannot get upset until you see your lie.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you did yank it, but it still flew.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to just be patient and wait and see.
Is she jump putting this?
Little, yeah. Oh. These little hidden little branches and leaves. Just little fluffy guy up there. I would have liked to see where that landed.
Yeah. Toro forehand approach. We've seen this a lot from Ida. She's very proficient with it.
I was going to say, by this point, it's dialed in.
Yeah,
like,
that's what you expect.
Every hole. It's been very consistent. Kind of like Own. Just boom, boom, guarantee.
Except Owen does it with a Firebird.
Yeah. No offense, Owen, but yeah, these girls, I'm telling you, they're that good.
Oh, one last tree to beat, knocks her down a little early, but it's still within her range.
Yeah, that's circle one's edge, maybe. Like, excellent putting we've seen all week. That's hard. You really had to put an Annie on it, and she doesn't typically putt with an Annie.
Yeah, she has a natural flat to hyzer putt.
Yeah, a lot of hyzer on the end, so that would have been hard to get that putt to go in where that tree was in her way. Boom! How about that par save?
Incredible. She has such a repeatable, easy-looking stroke on her putt.
All of them, just so clean. And I love that they, you see a few misses that just inches, and then they hit a big one, and it's like, yes, that shows them the light, right? Yeah. Well, and it just keeps them smiling, right? When they're really getting low and tired, something good has been happening, and I feel like we saw that every day. Right when they started to drop their head down, there's a big putt.
There's that spark, yeah. Good birdie there for Ida, bringing her to 3 down so far on the round.
She did that pretty sneakily.
Yeah.
Like, that was like out of nowhere. Everyone's tapping in pars, and she just taps in that birdie with that incredible approach out of the creek.
All right, hole 15, 360-foot par 3.
Pretty common, little stick trees everywhere, but just keep moving forward, low, straight shots to get off this course. And this one, I think, played a little longer than it looked. Like, the distances and the tee, I don't know if the shadows did that, but pretty long, narrow the entire way, where they kind of needed a little more distance to work the disc. This is hard to throw that long of a straight shot. They've been throwing mids on a lot of these. That one just needing to turn a little bit more. For a long hole, I feel like most of the long holes, they're trying to throw it harder.
Yes.
So you're seeing that misfire. They've been throwing, the same disc on all these holes that are about 275. So now we're asking them to throw the exact same shot, but 360.
Yeah, just at 100 feet.
Yeah. So in your brain, you think, rip it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna miss your line.
I mean, 360 on a straight shot is a big ask for a pro.
It is. And this is a par 3. Like, this is. We're not gonna see a 2 here. I'm gonna throw down $100.
Dang.
This is a hard hole. Like you said, FPO, I mean, this is a technical shot.
Off in the woods here, pitching out is Rebecca.
Yeah.
So she's back out.
And that's a very smart play.
Yeah.
And she hit that tree hard. But the disc still works. Look at that Mako. Not a problem.
I've been looking at her throw all week, and I'm like, it reminds me of somebody. And the person that comes to mind, especially with her follow through, is Juliana Korver.
Oh, you're right. And with her body structure, yes. Oh my gosh, I'll never be able to unsee that. Yeah. You nailed it. It's Just like Ida nailed that.
What a shot.
Sneaky out.
Shot of the
Fist
day
bumps
so
all
far.
the round. Yeah. We need a Zuka rollback here as well. That's what we're missing.
From a knee here, Trinity looking to speed up a disc a little bit and get some skip.
Little stick right there. Kind of pushed her out. But these are putts that are about 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
That, I was going to say, what focus to throw it hard and hit that tiny gap. She hit the gap perfectly.
Here's that Annie line we're talking about with her
Oh,
putt.
she can do it.
Yeah.
Look at that. She's like, I heard you guys say I couldn't. Okay, this is to save the bogey.
Yeah. Again,
Not a
so
problem.
smooth.
Yeah, just a clean up, down. That's the less motion that you can have, the more repeatable. So
Trinity for the par, gets it. Good par to get on this one.
yeah, putting's starting to look good, getting him to drop. There's not a ton of birdies out here.
Yeah,
so
your $100 is safe. Nobody,
Yes!
nobody birdied this hole
Thank
throughout
you.
the entire
Whew.
day.
Thanks, girls. You birdie all the others.
Yeah.
And I think that's good golf, right? That's how golf is played. They're not all, meant to be. A par is supposed to be perfect.
Good,
Not perfect,
yeah.
but good. Yeah,
The expected outcome.
exactly.
Yeah.
Birdies are bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles are spectacular.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of spectacular, this tight little 280-foot par 3 here as we start to head down the home stretch.
Yeah, when you think they can't get any tighter, let's add tightness with big trees now. So going back to it, just keep throwing those mids or putters right down, straight as can be, girls, and we're almost off this course. Just a demanding shot here on this
Very
hole.
much.
There's no room for error left or right. That's smart too, keeping it low, and
Skips
gets
up.
a great skip.
That one
Almost followed
Yeah.
Ida's perfectly. Changing up Mako's. This is a new Mako because she hit the tree so hard.
Oh, wow.
So kind of worrying if it's going to fly the same. I was
Okay.
like, get out to the field, test it out. That
this looks good.
nails the fairway.
Just settle. Fantastic line.
Yeah, I don't think I'd try to throw it any softer. You just have to be aggressive.
You have to commit, yeah. We talked about that in one of the earlier rounds about guiding the disc versus throwing the
Right.
disc through a gap.
Good tree there for a little backstop. Going to keep her close to save par.
Ooh, sneaks around those last sets of trees.
20 so feet left on that one.
Not so lucky there.
Yeah, little bit of work to do. And circle 2 barely. See the whisker there to the left. Long distance for a straddle.
Ooh, my. Just short.
And again, we've been waiting every hole. It's hot. Like, this is when eat a snack.
Yeah.
Energy's dropping. They're just a lot that they have forced their bodies to do out here.
Great
And
putts.
Kayla forces in another birdie, getting her back to 2 under for the round after that bogey. Rebecca's footing kind of in the mud. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to
you
say
can
she didn't
see.
want to touch it. It was so nasty right there. And that can be hard. Your feet start to slip
Slide
around.
Yeah.
Drills the putt to save par.
And quietly, Rebecca putting down 3 so far and
She
getting her to
has
7 under.
snuck in with that. Nice smooth putt from Trinity.
Ida will tap in her bogey, coming back to the field a little bit, putting her 9 down overall. Things are getting tight here as we move on to hole 17. Par 4, 470 feet.
Again, trying to keep a low straight drive, maybe disking up on this one. There's a little bit more room that you have to play with, but hyzer line definitely there, or the straight shot. Could get a little bit of a skip here that would help you find the basket over to the left. 3 pretty big trees there that really guard that right side approach in. And crazy to think like this is one of the more open holes on this course.
Well, compared to the one they just played. Jeez.
I love that little bit of a turn that got some extra distance on there. That's going to get all the way down there. She got around that first section there on the left. Trinity getting to air some out too.
Holding that line.
Yeah, this is great distance on both of those drives so far. They're like, thanks for taking down a few trees.
Yeah.
We can actually throw the disc now.
That kind of last tree that you see in the light, is that the one kind of to get around and beat?
Yeah, you want to try to be on the right side of that one that Rebecca just hit, and then that really kind of opens up the fairway to approach the green. Okay. You can keep it along the right side all the way pin high, but if you hyzered in right there, if it would have turned, kind of, great skip.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's way down
That added like 50, 60 feet.
Yeah. Rebecca, a little bit pinched here. You're going to have to throw a position shot.
And her sister was like, oh gosh, she doesn't do hyzers.
Oh.
But that was great. Just got caught up on that last tree as it starts to hyzer in. Throwing the Toro, like you just have to just kind of put it out there and the disc will do the work.
Yeah.
Trinity with a good up shot just inside circle 1.
Yep, filters on through. So now we know what part of Rebecca's game she's working on.
This was the shot that the hyzer was. Yes. Yeah.
That was
there
better.
We go. Yeah, got the trees out of the way. Yeah, that first one was so close to getting up there.
He finally gets a Kayla shot.
And we haven't even seen Ida's.
Yeah. Go on the right side there. Looks like to be inside the circle.
It's not the line I wanted.
Here we go. Look at that. That's what, 120 left maybe?
Yeah.
So 350 foot drive. That's how you birdie it.
Little Toro chip up. Toro getting a lot of love this weekend.
Yeah, it has. These girls love that disc.
Oh, Trinity and
such a mean roll.
Throwaway. But wait, it gets worse.
Why?
As you're going to see, she was on an anthill and was getting bit that entire time.
I didn't even see that. Oh, wow. Those, I will tell you, those little guys hurt. Little, more of a bite.
Oh, great bid coming back, just a touch high.
I never even heard her complain about that. What a tough, these girls are so tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little red ants will light you up. You'll have blisters.
What a putt. Nice done.
Just like Kayla's putter's going to have blisters because it's on fire.
Nicely done.
We didn't even plan that. That was good. Just like that putt.
There you go. Birdie
Puns
again.
are coming.
3 down once again for Ida on the round with 1 hole left.
What it is these girls make our job easy.
Oh, yeah.
Good putt.
Yeah.
Playing so solid today.
Just to think a couple days ago, she was having the issues with the heat.
Yeah, she could have easily dropped out of this. Yeah.
Now she's in the hunt for a world title.
Yes, she is.
And we're closing out day 4 on hole 18, a par 4, 400 feet on the dot.
And if this course hasn't been challenging enough, welcome to hole 18. Pick your line off the tee pad. Left side is a little more open. Placement shot again at this big log. Very difficult new placement from what this course used to previously look like. Basket is now almost a 90-degree turn off to the right. And this requires a couple of very technical shots. Sneaking through.
And gets all the way through that log.
Perfect. It didn't look clean, but it played clean.
Yeah.
And that's a great shot. This low shot should get some good action as well. That's going to be just fine. And that's really kind of the smart thing here. It's like, if you can keep it low and straight, you're going to play this course very well.
Is this going to sneak through? Oh, one of those limbs again.
Can we just go back out and trim a few branches and say, let them play again? There's a couple of branches that could have been cleaned up.
That one was just a solid tree.
A little early.
Yeah. There's a couple here. There's a couple of 3 bridges that are kind of blocking some of the lines. But it is the middle of summer, so these trees are thriving.
They are. This course looks totally different in the winter. Awesome recovery. That's a good shot to now make the corner. Still can par should be pretty attainable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to put expectations on her, but nice little forehand chip around the edge there.
Yep. Filters all the way through to the fairway.
And I don't know how many of them would actually play this for birdie. Like, I don't know in their game plan if they, like, is Kayla's notes, does it say, get this birdie?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
When you see 400-foot par 4, you're like, oh, I'm getting it. But the technicality there, it's a very high-level shot.
Yeah, even if you break it down 200 and 200, that typically is easy, but not with how many trees are on this hole. And when the trees are angry.
Yeah.
They're like protecting this 18.
Trinity having to deal with this.
Work, right?
Yeah.
Like, she has had some very difficult foot placements.
I mean, that log is dead unattached. You could easily move it.
Yeah, but you know, it adds character.
Yeah.
I'd rather remove all those little branches.
And the log probably weighs 600 pounds. But besides that.
Big storms come through here every single year.
16.
They're one of the last groups off these 2 courses today. So parking lot is just over here and it's getting loud. So Rebecca has incredible focus when there's so much going on, like airplanes taking off.
Yeah, there's everything. And there's so many players and so many families. And
this is a busy area. Good little approach. Just trying to get off the course here with a nice solid round of 3 down right at the moment.
Yeah, we were kind of worried at the beginning that maybe she was playing it too safe.
Yeah, then she kind of found a few.
Kind of kicked it in gear, towards the end here. 3 strokes, maybe not as comfortable as she would like, but at one point I think it was down to 2 strokes. So.
Yeah, Kayla was really on a heater and in inches. Another incredible, so many par saves today to keep her at 3 down. Like, that could have been way worse.
Yeah.
Where Kayla's could have been way better. You know, I mean, just inches for these girls. That one a little high and drops in for the bogey.
Yeah.
That unfortunately is going to be 3 over for Trinity, and it was just there, just holes ago. Like, so close to also playing pretty solid.
Kayla with the par.
That putt, or this basket is just a hair lower than some of those others. The koozies are great for that.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, all those
You're right.
putts were hitting high, so I looked at the koozie, and sure enough. It is nice to see those disc catchers catching baskets, though, right? Like, those Pro Tour people, they like to putt a little harder, and you see all those bounce outs. We haven't had to worry about that this week.
Been very good pace on all these putts.
These girls are good.
Let's take a look here at our round 4 results for our lead card. As you can see, Ida putting the 3 down.
Triple threes.
Rebecca right behind
4
her.
threes,
Kayla, 3 down as well. Trinity on the wrong side of the 3s, unfortunately.
Yeah, that could have been a super cool card. It still was cool. Look at all these great girls. And we're going to have a little bit of change at Virginia, jumping back to lead card for round 5.
Yeah, a lot of experience on this card. It's going to be a fun one. You want to come back for the semifinal coming your way here on the PDGA's YouTube channel.